You are not immune to propaganda. This image did numbers back in 2018, but I think it's a good correlation between how short form content evolved from funny little vines over to all out mental warfare. Let me explain. We all know what short form content is, whether you call it Reels or TikToks. They're videos typically under 60 seconds that are housed on apps like Instagram or TikTok with a priority to have you actively engage and scroll through to garner more engagement. While originally I like to think that it was more so meant for quick entertainment, it has evolved into being a little bit more malicious. I was definitely a consumer of short form content for a little while, probably averaging about 2 to 3 hours a day. Recently, I decided, you know what? Mom's probably right. It probably is that dang phone. So I went ahead and deleted all forms of short form media. Besides YouTube, I just don't watch the shorts though. I knew there was going to be some benefits with it, mainly like less negativity. Maybe I'd be less envious of people and their perfect lifestyles. But one thing that it actually did that was really surprising to me was I was able to start thinking clearly and thinking better over time. And I thought to myself, why is that? Well, there's a few reasons. Firstly, social media thrives off of your attention. The more you are engaged, the more money they make. They have specifically designed algorithms to make it so that you get and stay hooked. Now, here's the thing. How do we get people engaged? What if we reinforce self-beliefs and pre-existing biases so that you have this aha, I'm correct moment? We refer to this as the echo chamber. Basically, the idea that if somebody tells you something that aligns with your beliefs, you are more likely going to interact or engage with said idea. Doesn't matter if it's true or false. Simply, if you have a pre-existing idea, a pre-existing belief, and somebody affirms that, you are more likely to interact and engage with that specific content. What that then does is it slowly but surely makes it so that your algorithm will start recommending you videos that are for those pre-existing biases and not for the opposite opinion or opposite biases. So you're going to start consistently seeing things that you already believe and just consistently reaffirming things, whether they are true or not, does not matter. For professionals and scholars, this issue presents a significant challenge. Critical thinking, as understood in academic settings, necessitates the capacity to logically analyze factual evidence to form impartial judgments. However, echo chambers cultivate precisely the contrary environment, one where biased information reinforces existing beliefs, making it progressively harder to uphold the open-minded perspective that is crucial for sound reasoning. And we wonder why Americans are so divided. You have devices that are specifically feeding you things to continuously reaffirm your beliefs or biases, whether they are true or not. It is the same flag that Fox News and CNN gets about specifically targeting or tailoring to an audience. It's no different. How can we make sure people stay? Instant gratification. These videos, whether it's from likes, comments, shares, etc., can either be funny, entertaining, they can be visually stimulating, just whatever it needs to get you instantly hooked. It makes it so that over time you are training your brain to, instead of taking in critical information and perceiving it, it is just much easier to simply just get a rush of dopamine, some instant gratification. Why would I want to think out a problem when I can have some young buck who knows how to talk tell it to me through a phone? That leads me to the next key part of the puzzle: influencers. In 2023, the Morning Consult did a survey on Gen Z and found that 57% of surveyed Gen Z said that they would take up influencing if that opportunity arose for them. That is over half of the people that they surveyed said would be influencers if they could. On top of that, influencers have a large array of power and a large array of influence that they can garner over to their people. Whether or not they actually know what they're talking about, as long as you are charismatic, you can get points across. Wait a second. A UNESCO study indicated that 62% of content creators surveyed do not confirm the accuracy of the content they share with their audience, about 1/3 admitting to sharing information without validation as long as it originates from a source they trust. 62%. 62% of surveyed influencers said that they do not fact check before they hit post. Couple that with the fact that everyone is trying to make a quick buck nowadays, so they're just going to go ahead and just say whatever they can, post whatever they can to get the most engagement. And you can quickly see how this can snowball into a horrible amount of misinformation. Coupled with the fact that, coupled with the fact that there's almost no accountability to be held besides people maybe commenting, hey dude, don't think that's right, which I could just, by the way, delete the comment if I wanted to, making it so that I have organized and constructed this community that is only following one belief system, or this community that has one bias that they do not want to get rid of. Okay, cool, but what can I do? First and foremost, I would say limit or delete all forms of short form content. And to all the people, and I was one of these people including, to all the people that use the excuse of I use it to stay informed, I hope that this video has shed some light on the fact that it is so easy to get either propaganda or just straight up misinformation that by you quote unquote staying informed is actually debilitating your ability to actually do critical thinking and your ability to actually make your own opinions. And instead of spending our time doom scrolling for the information that we so crave, why don't we go ahead and start using that time to focus on critical thinking related puzzles, maybe some video games that are puzzle related, I don't know, maybe even Sudoku. Why don't we go and try new experiences that we've never tried before to put us in situations that will make us critical think for our own outcome? Explore, experience. That is what we need to consistently be doing in order to stay ahead. They want us glued to our phones. They want us seeing all the negativity. I was an extremely negative person until I deleted social media. That is not unintentional. They want you to be upset. They want you to garner more engagement because you being upset, you being pissed off of what you see will make it so you consistently go back into it. It makes it so that you turn things that are not fun, you turn things that piss you off or make you mad, it turns that into dopamine. And that's what it was doing for me. I was actively searching out content that would make me upset. I was actively going and finding things that would purposefully make me upset because that is what I used to get dopamine. That was what turned into my instant gratification. Bye-bye.